Well, everybody, a day late, but Brittany is here. She's going to be arriving in about an hour or so at Jacksonville International Airport. So that's where I'm headed. Got the truck loaded up. Got some drinks and stuff. We're going to stop and get some coffee once I pick her up. I'm sure she's going to want some. It was a crazy overnight for her. We're going to tell you guys about that when I pick her up. But also, look at that. You guys see those? Got some new rims and tires on the truck. Figured I'd show you guys that. So pretty excited about that. It was a little Christmas gift to ourselves. But let's get on the road. Let's go get Brittany. Hi, Muna.
We made it.
Muna's excited. Going across the big bridge. Brittany's ordering Publix.
Subs.
Well, Brittany's been in Florida for a few days, and she's cleaning the fridge. We had a little black mold incident, so you can see it was fine when I left New Mexico, but I guess being parked with no electricity for a while caused that nastiness right there. In our last video, I told you guys we had some big things coming up. We're going to explain that. And I also wanted to show you guys this really quick, because in the last video, I put up the curtain rod, but Brittany installed the curtains today. And then she noticed something that I noticed and need to cut off. I'll show you guys what that is. So here in the Winnebago Travato and any other models that have this door right here, this storage, can't open it. You have this little plastic kind of peg that sticks out right here. That has to be cut off. You can cut that off perfectly fine. A little oscillating tool or whatnot, that'll cut that off. And then you'll be able to open this door. And then when you're storing your curtains, I'd recommend storing them all to this side over here during the day. If you need to get this, that way you're not just rubbing into the curtains every single time you open this. But just a heads up on that. Brittany's got the fridge pretty clean. I just need to get in some paper towels into the cracks right there. But the rest of it's looking pretty good.
Hey everybody. It's the next day from our little mold experience. We'll just go with that. We're already going on a new adventure. We are traveling from St. Augustine over to now Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg, kind of that entire area. Neil knows more of what we're doing than I do. This is kind of his planning, not mine. So I'm just kind of along for the ride, but I am excited because this is my first time being back in the van in several months, so it's just amazing. And so now that we're on a 3-hour plus car ride across the great state of Florida, I feel like we can finally talk about my fiasco getting here. So I was flying out on January 5th at 5:30 p.m. out of Burlington, Vermont with my cat, and everything was fine, checked in. And then we get to the gate and we discover that the flight's going to be delayed. So we were supposed to take off just before 5:30, and I didn't end up getting on the plane till about, I don't know, maybe 6:15. And then we sat on the actual, you know, runway strip, just sitting there for another 25 minutes. So we didn't end up taking off until about 6:40. So the flight to Washington, D.C. is about an hour and a half long. So we took off at 6:40, and my next flight was at 8 p.m. So you guys can easily do the math there. So I also want to mention this was my first ever true experience in first class, and I didn't get to enjoy it at all because I pretty much knew what was going to happen when I got to Washington, D.C. So we got to D.C. at about 8:06. My next flight was at 8 o'clock. Neil was checking for me, my mom was checking for me, and they're like, the plane hasn't left yet. It's still there, you might still make it. I wasn't the only one who had to make a 8 o'clock connection, and so we thought there was a chance that I would make it on the plane. But I did not make that flight. I had to go to American Airlines customer service. They would not offer me a hotel. They could not get me on a flight until 8:40 the next morning. So I was stuck in Washington, D.C. with our cat, with no litter box, no real food for her. And so that was pretty much a disaster, and we do not like American Airlines anymore. And so my husband had to get a hotel for us and have litter and cat food and everything sent to a hotel. And I did not make it to Florida until the next day.
And she's forgetting to mention that the flights were delayed and canceled, etc. because of weather. On a bright, sunny, beautiful day in DC in the mid-40s in January.
And there was no weather in Burlington either.
Yeah, so it wasn't the weather.
But that's what they said was the delay was for weather. So because of that, they offered us absolutely nothing.
And you didn't get to fly first class. They moved you out of first class for your next flight.
Oh yes, so I lost out on my first class. They stuck me in a regular seat and did not give me back any of my points or anything that I had spent on trying to have a nice first class experience for the first time ever in my life. So it didn't go very well. Hey everyone, we just want to throw in a quick clip here and say thank you so much to all of our subscribers, to everyone who watches our videos, because as of January 5th, we hit over 1,000 subscribers on our channel, which is a huge milestone, and we are so thankful for all of you.
Alright, since Brittany doesn't really know the whole game plan or whatever, I guess I planned it all. My friend Chris, who's also an athlete with 5% Nutrition, the company that I work with, is behind us, and we're headed back over to Tampa, like Brittany said. But our headquarters, our warehouse for distribution for the supplement company is in Largo, which is right there, just south of Tampa, St. Petersburg, all that area. We're going there tomorrow to visit, and we're doing some content for the supplement company. So this is kind of a work/play trip, but it's just good to be back in the van, and Brittany's first time back in the van. So we're just going to enjoy it and do a little probably Cracker Barrel camping or something like that. Well, we figured we would finish this short video out with letting you guys know, since we kind of promised you, or well, I did, that we're going to be doing some crazy things, and these are our plans. It is the 19th or 20th, I'm thinking. We're not sure yet on that. That we're going to go over to Tampa and go to the Florida RV show over there. That's supposed to be huge. There's going to be basically half the Travato group on Facebook's going to be there. So we're going to go visit Winnebago. We're going to record for you guys a bunch of content, show you some probably crazy new RVs. There's a few that we want to check out, a couple vans. So stay tuned if you're looking to see some cool vans and probably get some insider info from Winnebago and to see what the Travato family's like, because it's going to be packed. There's some longtime members of that group that are doing some pretty cool events with Winnebago there. So we're going to definitely participate in that. I believe we're going to go probably the 19th, but maybe the 20th and 21st. Not sure yet. Next, after that, you want to say where we're going?
We will be leaving Florida, even though we love it here, because we have to take the van up to Utah, and we have to be there for January 31st because we're doing a huge upgrade to our Travato. Neil kind of knows more of the specifics about it, though.
I mean, you could say it. It's so we're going up to off-highway van. You guys being van folks, involved in the van life, you've probably heard of them. If not, they are a company that specializes in van lifts. Specifically, they have one for the Ram ProMaster. So it's a 3-inch van lift, and if anybody knows, watched some of our older videos or is familiar with the Winnebago Travato, we have the L, or the lithium edition, which means we have the big lithium batteries, which is great. It gives us the capability to go off-grid almost endless. You have to obviously go into town to empty tanks and things like that, but our power is restored via a second alternator, and it's rapid, it's quick. So it's an amazing system, but the problem is it's like this far off the ground. So I think it's only 5 or so inches off the ground. So when we are going to places like we've showed you some of the free camping spots that we've checked out in the past, it's a little sketchy getting into those if there's any kind of holes or rocks or bumps or anything we got to go over. So we're going to get the 3-inch lift, and then they're going to also install sumo springs and then the BF Goodrich KO2s. So those will give us about another 1/2 inch. So we're going to be about 3.5 inches higher. We'll see how it is. It's going to be obviously different on the highway. We got to move our kind of center of gravity up a little bit. So the wind might affect us a little bit more on the highway, but we'd rather be able to do some more exploring and showing you guys some really awesome places, and also meeting up with some people. We've had people reach out in the comments that are getting vans right now, or they've already got them and they're specifically getting the Travato. We'd love to meet up with some of you guys eventually and hopefully go check out some public land and explore. So this will give us a little bit better capability to kind of go in first, check it out, and then for people that don't have the lift, we can kind of let them know, hey, it's safe for everybody to get in there or not. So that's the next leg of the journey. And then,
well, after we go to Utah, we are planning to head down to Las Vegas, and then we're planning to go to Arizona, and
well,
we're gonna.
You gotta explain Vegas. Vegas is cool. What we're doing in Vegas, something we've never done.
Well, you want to go to a campground there, but I don't know anything about that either.
It. So, Vegas we've been to a ton of times. Always staying in Airbnbs or hotels, or just driving up for the day, because Brittany actually was a travel nurse in Bullhead City, Arizona, so only about an hour and 10 minutes away. So we travel up there a lot when she was there. But we have never stayed at a campground in Vegas. Specifically, we're going to stay at a KOA at a casino in Vegas. So we're definitely going to get some footage of that and just show you our time in Vegas as an RVer. Because a lot of people think, oh, it's crowded, it's going to be expensive. It's actually only like $30-something if you have a van to stay at a KOA at a casino where you have access to the casino, food, everything. And I'm talking, this is full hookup, so this is a crazy good deal. So we'll share the details on that when that time comes in a video. And then as Brittany said, then we're going to Arizona. We, as you know, had a Integra Ethos before we had this van that we, just didn't meet our needs, and there's some things that quality control being the first year that we didn't like, and we just didn't, with our schedule, we didn't have the time to deal with it, wait months and months and months to get in, and when we finally did, it was just an ordeal, as you guys saw. So we are still part of that group. We were one of the first ones in that group on Facebook, and it's a great group of people, and they are doing an Integra Ethos meetup at Quartzsite, Arizona. We've always wanted to go to Quartzsite. A bunch of our favorite RV or van lifer YouTubers have gone there, and they showed some awesome footage. Just great people down there meeting up, having a good time. So we're gonna go meet the Integra Ethos people down there, and this is honestly, everybody's invited. So if you have a van, an RV, or if you just want to come out and say hi, when it gets closer to there, we're going to share where we are. It's going to be a whole group of us, so it's going to be safe. And you can come out and say hi, or you can come camp with us. So we'll share that information. As you know, Quartzsite, or if you don't know, Quartzsite is public land. Some spots 7 days, some spots 14 days you can stay. And then there's a long-term camping situation, a pass you can get to. We're not sure exactly all the details on that. We've just recently, actually through Nomadic Fanatic, he went into detail in his videos, so we kind of learned a little bit more, but I don't want to give you guys details because I specifically don't really know all the details myself, and I don't want to give false information. But a minimal price on that, and you can stay for a pretty long time, and you just have to bounce around to a few of the long-term camping sites, LTCs I believe they're called. So we're gonna go check that out. Something we've always wanted to do, and then we don't really know from there.
No,
we have to go through
really
Albuquerque. We're gonna go visit my best friend and his wife, who purchased our home. So they're now living in the home that we originally bought as our first home. They purchased it from us. I think we've shared that we sold the house in the video. I don't know. Well, so
I don't
a couple
remember
months
now.
ago, or yeah, almost a couple months ago,
Yeah.
we sold our house to my best friend who's originally from New York. So he bought our house because he relocated out there for work. We want to find a bigger piece of property and build a ranch, and hopefully eventually have RV sites there to share our property with people and help out. Travel nurses is the crowd we're really trying to help out, because the housing market's tough for them, and now with the increase in camping, which is a great thing, and we're all for it, it is definitely, as you all have noticed, made a huge stress on the RV world in terms of campgrounds. There's just not enough. So it's awesome that people are out there, but there's not enough spots. And then travel nurses are kind of every 13 weeks. They could just end up anywhere a contract takes them. So we want to hopefully have a place that's probably aimed at just providing them a place to camp out for, their 8 or 12 or 13 week contracts. So that is our goal. So we sold our house. We got in at a great time. It was a perfect situation for us. It just worked out that we knew somebody, and being my best friend, and he moved and he was staying with us once he got situated, and then we knew we wanted to sell the house, and his wife and him wanted it. They loved it. They fell in love with it just like we did. So basically it's brand new because we were never there. We were always on the road. So they got a pretty good deal, and we're happy. So we're going to go visit them, because we still have our stuff there, because the benefit of somebody that buying your house. We still have bins in the garage on shelves that we put up. All the gym equipment's still there. So it's kind of like our home away from home, and we get to visit some good friends and stay with them. So we definitely want to go stay there for a while, maybe a week or whatever, because New Mexico's kind of, our newfound home, even though technically we are Floridians now. So
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the background for us. I've been in the process of trying to change my name over, which, if any of you guys have done that, I'm sure you share in how much of a pain in the butt that is. So I'm still trying to work on that. And we just changed our driver's licenses to Florida. So there's a whole bunch of other things we now have to change, like our insurance, our registration. So there's a lot of boring adult things going on in our lives too.
So we had to, even though we love New Mexico, we had to switch to Florida just because private health care, you actually can't buy it in New Mexico that easily. It's a lot easier in Florida. And Brittany being a travel nurse and me being technically self-employed, I'm a 1099 worker through sports supplement companies I work with. So we kind of need health insurance, and it's a situation where we just couldn't get it in New Mexico as easily as Florida, if at all, to be honest. So that was the main thing. And then as a travel nurse, we need a tax home. So we could have kept and rented from my friend there, but it just works out better here. We actually, I'll throw some clips in as I'm talking right now that I took of the kind of pool house apartment that is being built here that we have been finishing that before Brenny got here. That's what I was doing. Just trying to finish that out, so we'll have a place to kind of, actually call our own, be a private little pool house with a kitchen and bathroom and just a little studio setup. So it's a lot going on, as Brittany said, but our schedule is about to get, well, a little hectic, but fun hectic. We're going to be bouncing around, but the schedule is going to kind of get back to normal, back to van life, truly back to van life. We're actually in the van, traveling around, showing you guys some awesome places, exploring some cool places, and just
doing more upgrades.
Yeah, I mean,
because even the lift isn't our only upgrade.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
we've got more to share. So you're gonna stay tuned for that.
Yeah, Christmas we basically told people to buy us van stuff. So so we have a couple more upgrades to show you guys. We'll potentially show you that. We probably will actually have a video out before we go over to the RV show in Tampa, the Florida RV show. And we'll probably show you another upgrade or two. So stay tuned for that. But thanks for watching.
Please like our video, put a comment where you are and if you might be along our journeys going from Florida to Utah down to Arizona and then to who knows where. And please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you again to everybody for helping us reach 1,000 subscribers. We are so excited to keep sharing content with you guys.
Yes, thank you guys. We appreciate that. And as Brittany said, if you're on our route, let us know. Or if there's any good spots for us to stop and grab food. We're foodies, and Brittany's a maniac for coffee. So let us know. Or if you want to meet up with us, we'll go meet up for you guys with coffee or, bite to eat or whatever. So just let us know. So appreciate it. Thanks again for the 1,000 subscribers. It's awesome. We'll see you on the next one.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away.